and welcome back to Thoughts, Feelings, Emotions. Today we've got a long-ass episode, and I'm here, back as always, with Danny.
Howdy, everybody. How you doing?
Let's start the podcast off with what the F have you been up to? What have you done the past week that you'd recommend?
I have basically done everything the exact same as last week, except I have watched all of Invincible up to its current date, and oh boy, episode 7 is incredible.
I still need to watch it.
You need to. It's fucking amazing. I have been watching My Name is Earl also. Just catching up on that. I'm on the last season with the last couple episodes left, and then I get to enjoy the disappointment of it being cancelled and leaving it on a cliffhanger and never gonna have that resolution.
So enjoyable. The best way of enjoying a TV show.
Yeah, it ended in 2009.
Yeah.
There's never been any resolution to it. And then I've just been playing Temtem on PlayStation. So, yeah, Mike stole a horse from me.
He stole a horse off you?
Yeah, I was sat there waiting for him to come back. I was weakening it, trying to catch it. He comes back, gets his Tem card out, and then just catches it immediately. And I'm like, you fucker, I sat here waiting for all the time because we're doing team battles, so you have to wait for the other person's time to run out before you can attack if the person's not there. So I was sat there for like a minute waiting for the time to run out. Multiple times, I'll give you. And then he just turns back, throws a Temtem card at it, and catches it first try. And I'm like, fuck you. So I spent the rest of it just trying to hit him with my Pokemon. Or Temtem.
Fair enough. Wow. This week, I know you're not a big fan of football, but I've been watching the events of the European Super League this past week.
Yes. Apparently some big stuff happened.
It is really big. So I don't want to go in too much detail because it's probably not interesting for many people. However...
No, people like football, Dad. It's just me who doesn't give a shit.
Wow. Let me just recap for you what happened. The richest clubs in England and across Europe decided, let's create a Super League where only the richest people can join, and by having the richest teams, it would generate more revenue than everywhere else. But everyone else disagrees with it, so they get kicked out of the domestic leagues, which means the richer get richer and the poor gets poorer. And it creates a league where, I'm going to quote you on this, it becomes, it's just kicking a ball, because there's no competition.
Isn't that all football?
No, there's competition in actual football. There's no competition in this new league.
Well,
it's like they're trying to Americanize football, and it was incredible how many fans are backlashing. It's still going on now. There's fireworks going off stadiums calling for the owners to sell the clubs.
Who do they want to buy it? Privatized companies, and then boom, it goes.
They want to use the German method where 51% is owned by fans, or 51% of the fans get the vote.
Oh.
Instead of having one club owner decide the condition of the club, and then every single fan, every single player, all the players and managers threw the owners under the bus. Massive riots going on. People being forced to leave. It was very interesting.
I am glad I avoided all of that.
It was chaos and ruined football for me for a whole weekend because that's how long it lasted. It lasted a couple of days before everyone backtracked. Oh, we're like, we're sorry.
Oh, so it's not going again? It's not going ahead?
Oh, no way. No way is it going ahead. It'd be so much backlash. I've never seen that much in my life.
Sure, they would have been fine.
Apart from the guy who tried to organise it all, Florentino Perez. He's the Real Madrid owner, and he still wants to go forward with it because he's in €1 billion of debt.
Fair enough.
So he needs the money, and he's just like, no, the Super League will go forward with just his team in it.
So it'll just be his team versus his team.
Well, he said it's on a hold at the minute, and they will all join back eventually, but that will never happen. No one will let it happen. But it's really entertaining to watch out.
Speaking of also entertaining, our review of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier is up.
Yes, it came out on Friday. Go check it out. We have some interesting opinions.
Yes, it came out on Friday.
Did it?
No.
Oh. It was supposed to come out Friday.
Yes, but we recorded it on Friday, but I was very busy, so I couldn't get it out on Friday, so it came out Saturday. But by the time you're listening to this, it's already out, so please go check it out.
Yes.
I put a lot of effort into the thumbnail on our YouTube channel. And yeah, we have certainly a lot of thoughts and feelings and emotions on that final episode and the rest of the series.
Yeah, so go check it out. It's all good. Right, so let's go on to headliners and start off with Stream That Movie News into my head.
Yeah, and starting off with trailers of the week, we have our first look at Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yes, and I can honestly say I'm now more excited for this film than I was, because I wasn't anything before.
And I can say this gives me heavy Mulan vibes, and I'm kind of worried. Because I was like, this is very Mulan-y.
Well, just because they're
like-
Asian, that's very racist.
No, it's just that similar visual style. And then I just like, it looks, I don't know, it looks alright. I certainly am interested, but everyone was straight up ripping into Iron Fist, because it was like, look, this is going to be real martial arts and all of that. And I was just like, yeah, no, that's fair enough.
Fair argument.
But I don't like the end teaser bit where they're in the bus and the bus is going down the hill and there's a dump truck or something just smashing into it and they're screaming and it's all just, oh, we'd make a great team or whatever. And I'm just like, okay, that's okay. But they have changed how the 10 rings work because they're now bands rather than rings, which is interesting. They look Wakandan-y. They look techie from Wakanda.
Well, they might well be.
Like, there's a shot of them, and there's one dude wearing, or one lady, I think, wearing 4 of them against, like, an entire army. And they're now bands that go around the arm, which is more interesting, because I think they're trying to avoid the gauntlet, where you have, like, 10 rings on your fingers, but they're all, like, gems and stuff. And
Right, yeah.
I imagine that's why they're trying to do it. But now they all look the same, and they're just generic bands that go around your wrist.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the trailer gave anything too much away. It was just kind of maybe the start of the film.
Yeah, we know that he got sent away, supposedly, by the Mandarin.
Yeah.
Who is this dude's dad, which I don't think's the case in the comics. I'm not 100% sure. There's a guy with a big old metal blade hand.
Yeah.
Who I thought was the Grim Reaper at first, but I don't know. Because there's a character in the comics called Grim Reaper, and he's got, like, scythes as arms.
Oh, right,
so
okay.
That's why I thought it was him.
I thought in the actual Grim Reaper, I was like, you're right there.
No, there's a Marvel character called the Grim Reaper. And yeah, it's just an old man beating a child up with sticks.
Fair enough. I mean,
yeah.
I think we're going to go see it. I mean, we're always going to see every Marvel film that comes out.
Yeah, September 3rd.
It's mad,
hopefully
isn't it?
cinemas.
Hey, how many films come out this year?
How many films for Marvel?
Yeah. Is it 2 or is it 3
4.
now? Is it still 4?
I think it's 4. Well, you've got, I don't remember if Eternals has been pushed back, but you got Eternals, this, Black Widow, and then Spider-Man.
It's crazy how we've had a trailer for Shang-Chi before Eternals.
I think Shang-Chi comes out before.
No, but it wasn't supposed to.
I think Eternals got delayed.
Yeah, it was. It was supposed to be Black Widow and Eternals both last year. And Shang-Chi was always this year.
Hopefully.
Oh, yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Well, touch wood. And to carry on with new Marvel properties, what you're looking up.
November 4th.
November 4th.
September is Eternals, and then September 3rd is Shang-Chi, and then December is Spider-Man, and then July is Black Widow.
We look forward to seeing them all. And then to carry on, the new Marvel properties, Secret Invasion. I've got some casting news. Emilia Clarke is joining Secret Invasion, and Olivia Colman's also in talks for joining.
Yeah, so I always forget who Olivia Colman is.
She's a very good actress.
I don't doubt it. I know the name. I just can't remember who she is. But Emilia Clarke always throws me off because I can never tell if she's a good actress.
She was good in Game of Thrones.
Never watched it.
She was really good in Game of Thrones. I suppose she wasn't so good in Solo.
No, she was. I didn't like her in Solo. I don't think she's. I haven't watched it, but apparently she's not very good in the Terminator movie she's in. Genesis. No. She's like a bad Sarah Connor.
Although, is that her acting ability, or is it just a director?
I imagine it's probably the director and the script. I don't think you can salvage that film from what I've seen. I mean, she's all right. I can't remember I think she's the voice of something in an animated thing that I liked, so I don't think she's terrible. But yeah, it's just more casting news that we get.
I mean, I'm sure she'll be good in it. Marvel usually has a good track record of picking good castings.
Yeah, I'd hope so.
I mean, the biggest backlash was probably Iron Man with Robert Downey Jr.
Wait, what?
Well, people have massive backlash with Robert Downey Jr. cast as Iron Man.
Yeah. Well, Disney would never have hired him.
No way.
Because that was before Disney acquired Marvel.
But then once they did, they couldn't drop him. It was just too good.
He was worth too much money, and they needed him, and they built an entire cinematic universe around his character. And they're still kind of trying to get it out of having him as like a presence because they did. They build it up way too much to hold over him.
And then Olivia Colman as well. She's a great actress. I think she's pretty much good in everything she does.
I can't remember who it is. Olivia Colman.
I think she was in Broadchurch for one of them.
The Favourites, The Crown, Broadchurch, The Father, Fleabag, The Peep Show, Night Manager, Iron Lady, The Office, Flowers, Les Miserables, Mitchell.
Les Miserables.
No, Les Miserables.
Hot Fuzz.
A lot of stuff. Wait, she's in Hot Fuzz?
She's in Hot Fuzz, yeah.
Yeah, she is in Oh, she's also in the upcoming The Mitchells versus the Machines, which is on Netflix. The Night Manager. She's in a lot of stuff.
She is.
She's also in the Tale of the Brave, the Thomas the Tank Engine animation.
She's in everything, and she's a very good actress. And I mean, as you can see, she's very sought after for how much she's done.
Oh my god, please don't. Fuck me. I didn't realize this. Britain's Got Talent. You know the dog Pudsey that won?
Yeah.
They made a movie.
Do you not know that?
No, I don't follow Britain's Got Talent. Britain's Got Trouble, apparently. Pudsey the dog, the movie. Never fucking knew.
Why is she in that as well?
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. She's absolutely
She's also
everything.
in Thomas and Friends.
She's just a good actress. She's in everything.
Yeah, well.
So I'm sure she'll be
Look
good in
forward-
this as well.
Looking forward to knowing what her role is. And now, we spoke about it a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week. Russell Crowe's role has now been revealed in the Thor Love and Thunder.
Yeah, he's going to be a Zeus.
Yeah, and I think he's already played Zeus in another thing. I think he's played Zeus before in other movies, like ancient. Because I know Liam Neeson's played Zeus, but I couldn't tell you. He's a good actor. I like him. He played Superman's dad in Man of Steel, so I mean, he's already got the presence.
He's very good as well. I mean, biggest one probably Gladiator.
Yeah, Gladiator. Never watched Gladiator. I think I've seen bits and pieces of Gladiator. I don't think I've ever.
So a
fully
vibe. It's a
watched
very well, people keep raving about the film.
Oh, The Nice Guys. He's great in The Nice Guys. People should definitely watch The Nice Guys. Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe. That's a fucking great movie. If anyone, also, it's very similar to Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, which has Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer in it, and I like that movie. And that was just a very similar. Same director, Shane Black, who did Iron Man 3.
Yes.
Speaking of more Marvel stuff, let's move on.
Yeah. So there's also not rumor. I think it's confirmed. Captain America 4 is in development.
Yeah, with the writers of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Penning the script as well. So,
and the interesting thing is there's rumored of a Falcon and Winter Soldier season 2.
I imagine this is Falcon and the Winter Soldier 2. Or now Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
I don't know. I think it might...
I imagine they're not going to do it again. If they're going to make a movie, they're probably not going to do a season 2. Because what would be the point?
I don't know.
I think, why would you then bring Sam Wilson, now Captain America? Spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched our review.
That might have been a bit too late to do spoilers.
Well, you should have listened to our review first.
I mean, it was pretty obvious.
If you haven't watched it by now, then I'm sorry.
I wouldn't say it's a big spoiler. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't think they'll do another season of... Because why would you not have... I imagine this is going to also include Bucky. You'll probably have Zemo return. It'll probably just be like a movie based on what happened. They'll bring Sharon Carter back and all of that. They might bring in... what's-his-face? John Walker.
Well, I'm not
US
sure
agent.
because they said originally the films we separate from the TV shows.
No, they're more interconnected.
No, I mean, like, the point is that you don't need to watch TV shows to watch the films. That's what they said.
Yeah, well, they'll probably just do a self-contained story then, but they'll still bring in...
I don't feel like they'd put in Sharon Carter and John Walker in. I feel like, yes, they would put Bucky and Sam, because I don't think you need Falcon Winter Soldier to see that arc.
But where would you bring up Sharon Carter again if it's not continuation?
Unless
of
had a
this
second
story?
season.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know.
So maybe they have both. Maybe they use Captain America.
I think
4.
you could, because I think you could still bring Sharon Carter back and still have the reveal that she's evil, but you wouldn't need to have watched The Falcon and the Winter Soldier because you still don't know where she is if you haven't watched it. So they'll just bring her back, and then if you want some backstory, hey, look, she's now back.
I think they'll do both. I think money out of it.
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
It's all just speculation at this moment. It literally got announced like an hour or so after the final episode came out. So
yeah, it's pretty good news. I mean, there's also rumors of Chris Evans coming back to the MCU.
I still don't like that.
But he will not be in Captain America 4.
I still think it's just a lot of clickbaity because he's coming back for the What If animated TV series that they're doing.
We'll wait and see. I mean, he can always come back as... I reckon he will be back as old Cap at some point.
Oh, yeah. I still reckon they might try and do the Hydra reveal where they bring him back as Evil Cap.
Oh, I hope they do that. Maybe that might actually
But
be Captain
then
4.
I don't know. Maybe, but...
Because it's after Multiverse, right?
Oh, it's not going to be out for ages.
Yeah, exactly.
Unless
so
there's...
after Multiverse of Madness, you're going to open the Multiverse. Maybe bring in weird...
See, the thing
evil
is,
Cap.
this I imagine they were planning to do, but they couldn't do it as early because of the delays with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I am assuming they had to push this back so it might slot in earlier than some of the other stuff they've got planned.
Maybe, but...
Because I imagine a lot of stuff they were going to do, because I don't think they were going to do WandaVision first. They were doing Black Widow, then Eternals or something. Shang-Chi was meant to be out way before.
No, Shang-Chi was this year. Shang-Chi was this year.
I thought it was no, it wasn't.
No, last year was only going to be two
No,
films.
all three of those movies all three of them got pushed back.
No, all three got pushed back because Shang-Chi was going to be beginning this year.
No, Shang-Chi was originally it was Black Widow, Shang-Chi, then Eternals. It's always been that order.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah, it has.
No, it
I'm pretty
hasn't.
sure it has. Yeah, but Shang-Chi was they were always doing 3 movies.
Yeah, no,
It was either
no, last year was
Eternals are no,
the slate.
2020 was 3
No.
movies. Pretty sure it was.
No, because the third one was WandaVision. WandaVision was coming out last year as well. The three things was Black Widow, Eternals, and WandaVision.
No, also Falcon and the Winter Soldier was meant to come out last year.
I'm pretty sure that wasn't either. I'm pretty sure that was this year.
No, Falcon and Winter Soldier was meant to come out last year. They've pushed it back so many times. Falcon and Winter Soldier got delayed because of an earthquake or something, and then pandemic as well. The original slate's been just pushed back continuously, but Black Widow was meant to come out last year. Eternals was meant to come out last year. WandaVision was meant to come out last year. Falcon and the Winter Soldier was meant to come out last year. The reason WandaVision came out first was because they'd done most of the effects, and it was the one.
Oh, those are the ones after this one. That's Phase 5.
That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. People will correct us in the comments if we're wrong. But Spider-Man will finally be able to come to Disney Plus, even though we reported last week that Sony movies are going to Netflix.
Yeah.
So what's happening is Netflix gets first pick, and they goes to Netflix first. But as soon as Netflix, the time runs out on the Netflix deal, they immediately go to Disney Plus. So Sony's raking in the money from both companies on the streaming service front.
That's true.
And we'll get to Sony's alleged streaming service later on in the episode.
I did find the original slate if you want me to tell you.
Go for it.
It was Black Widow, then Falcon Winter Soldier, then Eternals, then Shang-Chi. But Shang-Chi was February 2021.
Okay.
And then WandaVision was spring 2021. Then Doctor Strange, Loki, What If, Hawkeye, Thor.
Okay.
So that was the original one.
But they've added a billion other movies since then, a billion other animated
Oh, yes.
TV
Oh,
series.
completely changed. Nothing's the same.
No. And the only one they've never actually released on as a movie was Inhumans.
It's never coming out.
The only one that they've actually taken off the slate is Inhumans.
Because they were like, nope, we don't want this.
Nope. We'll make it a TV series and it's really, really bad.
Yes.
But yeah, so yeah, Spider-Man, you can finally, well, you will never be able to fully watch all of the Marvel movies because Incredible Hulk is owned by Universal and they'll never let that go.
No.
The entire reason for Ragnarok had the Hulk in it was so that they could use him, because as long as he's in a team-up movie, they have the rights. If they want to make a solo movie, they have to go to Universal. That's why the Hulk will never get one.
That's so funny, you know.
Yeah. I think they also own Namor, or the rights reverted back, but they did own Namor for a while, so that's why you never got a Namor movie.
Wow. You
The
learn something new every
knockoff.
day.
No, not the knockoff. Namor came first before Aquaman, I think.
Well, let's go some DC news. The Flash movie has revealed its logo.
And when it's filming, so yeah, it's just a big old lightning bolt with the Flash written over it.
Yeah, I mean, what did you expect?
Yep, and it's filming, so hey.
It
we'll
just looks like a
finally
high quality of the TV one.
Yep, and we'll finally get them resetting the universe so that Zack Snyder's footprint is completely erased. There's no marks. They've scrubbed it clean. They've spat on the ground and went, rubby, rubby, rubby. Let's
Bye
get
bye,
rid of
we don't
this.
want you. See you later.
Let's just try and make it completely different. We'll bring in Michael Keaton. We'll bring in Robert Pattinson. We'll bring in Christian Bale. And we'll just bring in all the Batmans that aren't hired by Zack Snyder.
That's so sad, actually, because I think Ben Affleck was. I would actually enjoy to see a film with him.
I liked his Bruce Wayne. I didn't like his Batman.
That's true,
to be
I agree.
honest. I just think his Batman was trash. I think his Bruce Wayne was alright from the brief interactions with like people in Batman v Superman. But that character had no purpose in that world.
I mean, I
except
think we
to
just
bring
don't talk about Batman v Superman. It's a bad film.
No. I think it's got moments, but it is absolutely atrocious.
I agree.
Even with the extended edition, which people like to claim makes it a lot better, and I'm like, no, making it longer doesn't necessarily make it better.
Well, something else that could be atrocious is that there's a rumor of a How I Met Your Father spin-off. Starring Harry...
How I Met Your
Harry.
Mother spin-off called How I Met Your Father,
Yeah, sorry, I was just reading the title of the article.
starring Hilary Duff, set for Hulu. If I don't know how this is gonna work.
It's probably just going to be a same idea, but just a completely different story.
Yeah, and I mean, they fucked up the end of How I Met Your Mother, so if they can avoid that and they don't record the ending when as with the first season, and then completely divert, and then have to backtrack on everything they built up in the, I think, 9 or 10 seasons that show ran for, and then completely undo everything, completely undo all of the relationships that were there, just so that they could get Robin and Ted back together for no real reason.
Well,
As you can tell, I'm a little bit bitter.
you definitely are, 100%. But maybe you might get some reconciliation with this TV show.
I doubt it. I'm probably never going to watch it.
No, probably
If it
not.
comes to Disney Plus, maybe, because How I Met Your Mother is on Disney Plus in the UK. So
Well, Hulu's not in the UK, is it?
it is in the UK, but I don't think there's anything on it.
Yeah, I was like, because even a lot of the Hulu stuff in America is coming on to Disney Plus.
If we don't have Hulu, which annoys me, because like a lot of their stuff is like all of their good stuff, or a lot of it is on Hulu. But then that's why they basically made Star, so they could get around that for the other countries.
Yeah, basically. It's all
I
kind of
don't-
weird situation. I mean, I get they probably have it to make more money for having Hulu and Disney
Well,
Plus.
Hulu is live TV as well, so
Oh, right, yeah.
and it's got ads on it, so
I suppose that
So
is why then it's just in America. Ads.
yeah. I think it's just how they do live television and stuff like that for like ABC and all of that. So they
Right,
can
okay,
do
fair enough.
live content. I think they're purposing for that, and then they can have ad supported on it. But you still have to pay, even though it has ads, I think.
That's such like a slap in the face.
You can pay for more to get rid of the ads, or like have less ads, but I think you still have to pay even though you get ads.
That's such a slap in the face. That really is.
Yeah, but they have some good content on there. But it's all coming to Disney Plus in the UK, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I'll tell you what else sounds like good content is that there's apparently a Rock'em Sock'em Robots live action
Yeah.
movie with Vin Diesel.
Do you remember the Rock'em Sock'em Robots in Toy Story? Where they're just beating the shit out of each other and they punch up and hit their heads? And then do you remember the movie Real Steel with Hugh Jackman and a small child who is basically the same premise as whatever this plot's gonna be, where it's just robots punching the shit out of each other, but there's human controllers?
My answer is no and no.
You've never watched Real Steel?
No, and I don't
It's
think
a
I've
terrible
seen that.
movie, but I love it.
Which Toy Story was it that happened?
I don't remember, but it's definitely in a Toy Story movie because it's those robots that have the little punchy arms, and
I've
you
only
hit
seen
a
the
button.
third one.
Oh, it's probably the first one.
Yeah.
It's either the first one or the second one. But they're the little. Do you know what Rock'em Sock'em Robots
Yeah,
are?
I know that is, yes.
Yeah, they're the little punchy robots where you hit a button and their arms swing up, and if you hit the head pops off, and that's basically it.
Yeah.
And they
it's gonna
already
be-
made this movie, and it's called Real Steel.
Well, make it
It is
again.
yeah, but it's got Vin Diesel in it this time rather than Hugh Jackman. So I mean, cool.
Well,
I'm just gonna
at
go
least
watch
it's not
this.
The Rock.
Yeah, I think that's because Vin Diesel's attached to it because they hate each other. I mean, The Rock probably is like, I don't fucking care, but Vin Diesel seems to hold a grudge. But my question is, boxing's getting quite big at the moment because of the Logan Pauls and the Jake Pauls of the world. Fuck them, both of them.
I agree.
But
Team UK.
I don't care about KSI either, to be honest. So maybe this movie might get Jake Paul or Logan Paul to star, and then I'll definitely never watch it.
Oh, no. Jake Paul's
You-
already another film.
Yeah, but I imagine they're gonna try and maybe do that because they'll try and get young kids, and then, hey, look, you like Rock'em Sock'em Robots? Jake Paul's one of the main leads who has a robot, and it's a douchebag.
Yeah, basically. I hate him so much. I hate his guts.
Well, hopefully Floyd Mayweather beats the shit out
Floyd
of Logan.
Mayweather would never fight Jake Paul.
They are.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
he's fighting. He's fighting his brother. He's
yeah,
fighting Logan.
Floyd Mayweather would just never fight Jake Paul.
He's fighting Logan though. Apparently,
I don't think that'll happen either.
no, it's confirmed.
Is it?
It was delayed and then cancelled, and then it's been reconfirmed like this week.
Oh.
I mean, Floyd Mayweather is gonna kill him.
Oh, 100%.
From what I know about Floyd Mayweather, all he's gonna do is not throw punches and just let Logan Paul tire himself out and not get hit.
just
And
like,
win That's all he does. That's
Yeah.
all his career is. It's just because all boxing is just trying not to get KO'd and have a clean record of like nothing.
yeah, if you just like kind
So
of.
you don't want to lose.
Yeah.
That's all boxing is from like professional standpoint. They don't want to lose their title, so all they do is fight weaker opponents.
Well,
That's why Jake Paul is up 3-0 because he hasn't actually fought a boxer yet.
He's 4-0
fought
actually.
a YouTuber, another YouTuber, I think, and then an ex MMA fighter who went to or was like
I think he's fought
retired.
3 YouTubers and an MMA fighter.
No, he's only done 3 because he's only 3-0.
He's 4 now. He's
No,
he's in
3-0.
4.
Oh,
He did
no, he's up 3.
Deji, Gibb, Nate Robinson.
No, that one doesn't count though. I don't think.
What? Which one? Deji.
The Deji one. I
Why?
don't think that one counted because that wasn't professional. That
I
was
suppose
like
he went professional, but he still beat him. Also, it's funny that Deji was the only one who actually that lasted the longest.
I didn't watch either of them. I just can't be asked to watch. I'm never gonna watch any of it. It's just amazing that people like them.
Well, it's just Jake Paul. He just fights the easy people. He won't fight the hard people.
No, he's fought easy competitors.
I mean, did you see Ben Askren after the fight? He was
He
smiling.
was like, he was embarrassing because it was like, well, I lost to Jake Paul.
No, he didn't care. He was smiling. He had millions.
Yeah.
He didn't care.
Yeah, he made fucking it's the like. Why would he care? He made millions. Yeah, his reputation, but he's retired anyway.
He's not a boxer.
No, he's an MMA fighter. So he can't use any of the things he specifically trained for. He can't use his legs. He can't use any of these like grapples. He can't do close quarters. He has to do. He's not very good with swings.
Exactly. So it's just so stupid.
Like the entire premise of what he's trained for, he can't use. So he has to only use punches, and he's not very good at that. His whole thing is grabbing people and then beating the shit out of them whilst they're on the floor.
Yeah.
He's an MMA fighter. He's not a boxer. Jake Paul, if you want to go around gloating, fight an actual boxer and then win.
Did you see his after conference interview as well?
No.
It was just,
I don't.
well, it was on like trending on YouTube, and I looked at it. He was like, apparently, he came from nothing, and then like his mate posted something from school. It was like, that's absolute bull crap. You were the bully at school. No one liked you because you bullied everybody.
All I remember is one of the fights, he posted a video of him in his bed with his mum and then another woman.
He's so
and it
weird.
looked so creepy.
He's
Because
so
it was like,
weird.
he was bragging, but he was in a bed with another woman and his mum just sitting there. And it was like, okay, this is weird.
That man's ego needs to go down.
Well, he needs to fight an actual boxer and then it will.
Yeah.
Until then, he's just going to keep gloating that he's better than everyone.
Anyway, that was
Like,
a good tangent.
I can't understand. Anyway, going from one fight to another fight. The Continental, the new John Wick prequel set in the 1970s. Keanu Reeves is in talk to serve as an executive producer, but won't star, apparently.
Ooh.
I didn't know this was happening.
No, neither did I.
To be honest, I don't really like, I like the John Wicks, but I'm not that fussed about them.
Never
I
seen
know
them.
a lot of people, they're all on Netflix, you can.
Are they all?
Or at least the third one is.
I was going
I know
to
the
say, I want to
third
watch the
one.
first one first. Because I feel
It's
like
okay.
I should watch the first one.
The first one's the best one. They all kind of drop down after that. They do decline, even though the action gets better, but the actual storyline, because it's just based on a man hunting down people because they killed his dog. and then over 3 movies, you're kind of going, this is kind of excessive.
Apparently on Sky,
Yeah.
so I can watch it.
Go for it.
I'll put it on the
decent.
list.
They're decent-ish action movies. Like they're long shots. They're good action. The story is bare minimum though.
Well, it's going to be like it's like some of the Falcon Winter Soldier episodes, because that's directed by the same person who directed John Wick. It's got a similar style.
Yeah, and one of the directors of John Wick did Deadpool 2. So, and you like Deadpool 2.
Deadpool 2's better than Deadpool 1, my opinion.
I like both. I like both equally. I think I do like Deadpool 2 a bit more though. But I having recently watched the Lego version of Deadpool, it still stands out. Shall we move on?
Let's go on to we've lost the controller of the news.
Yay!
I'm gonna start with Sony. So
Not Nintendo, because Mario. But we'll go Sony.
There is no Nintendo news. What do you want from me?
I know, but it's the Mario, the lost a controller of the news. So instead of going to Nintendo, because there is no Nintendo news, we'll go to Sony.
Wow. Do you remember ages ago when we rumoured that the PS3 and PS Vita stores would close? Well, that's being backtracked. And they were going to
Yep.
continue the operation of being open.
Until some point down the line where they go, well, everyone who was complaining has now moved on, and we'll shut it down anyway.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's a good thing, because I was questioning whether or not to go back and download a bunch of my PlayStation 3 games, because apparently you wouldn't be able to play them again, and I have hard drives, and I could have then gone back and played.
Yeah,
And
but
my
it does raise a question of when will it close? Because you feel like it has to close eventually. Maybe it doesn't. If they have big enough servers are getting bigger and bigger.
Well, if Sony, the thing that people have been saying is if Sony made an effort to actually preserve them, like gave preservation companies like a donation so that they could hold them and hold server levels once they don't want them anymore, maybe pass it on to someone else. But then Sony's very close-chested with their IPs and stuff like that. But people were real worried about this because, if you looked on eBay, physical copies of certain games were selling for like £200 or something like that. Crazy levels.
I'm not surprised.
Because people were like, oh, I'll never be able to play this game again. Like, it was insane. And then anyone who's bought them is now like, fuck you, Sony. But if you're that was stupid to buy a game for 200 quid, you're like, yeah, you kind of deserve it.
Wow.
But I mean, would you never had one, so you would have.
No, I had a Vita though, but I didn't really play much of it. Unfortunately.
I like my Vita. There was a game on my Vita that I can't remember the name of it, like Monster in a Bag or something like that. And it was a really fun game. You were like a little, I don't remember.
I liked
It was a lot of fun.
Tearaway. I don't know if you played that one.
I have it on PS4 because they redid it for PS4.
I think
And
I
never
did have on
played it.
Vita, but it was quite cool because you pushed the back of the button and then it would show
Yeah,
up
you
like,
put-
on the display. Like,
Yeah. I know what you mean. I think I played like maybe a couple minutes of it on the PS4 because you used the touchpad instead. But
yeah, that was
I
quite
think-
good.
But no, there's a lot of PlayStation 3 games though that I would love to go back to because they're not not remastered or anything.
True,
like-
but at the end of the day, you don't have that much time in a day.
No, but there's people who still don't have PS4s or PS5s and are still playing on PS3s.
That's true.
Like, I'd imagine poorer people. That sounds real mean.
Wow,
But-
I came from. I had my
Less
PS2
privileged.
for how many years? What? Since it came out till PS4 came out? That's what I played on?
Exactly. Like, you got to think of, like, maybe people who can't afford it are still playing it. Because, like, why would you not? There's loads of great games on a PS3. Like, The
Oh,
Last
yeah.
of Us is on a PS3. You can play The Last of Us, and it's a sick game. And it's one of the best looking games. Uncharted, all the Uncharted games are on PS3.
Well,
All
I'm
the-
sure if I didn't have money, I would still be on my PS2.
Yeah, and yeah, it would be fucking insane not to. But with one, I don't know how to move on.
Wow, talking about things what happened last time. Ages ago, we mentioned about the Sony Video Store closing down. Well, they've now got a PS Plus Video Pass. Is it now a streaming app?
Potentially rumored. It was tested for a year in Poland.
Yeah,
or
it will
is
be
being
tested
tested.
for you in Poland.
Yeah, so it's looking like PlayStation Plus might integrate some of Sony's library. So maybe Sony is slowly moving into having its own subscription service tied into PlayStation, similar to Game Pass,
Yeah,
like the Amazon model.
so the films that will be part of the trial will be Bloodshot, Jumanji 2,
The next level.
Zombieland 2, Charlie's Angels 2019, Venom, The Equalizer 2, Baby Driver, Blade Runner 2049, Underworld Blood Wars, Arrival, Sausage Party, Inferno, American Hustle, This Is the End, and Bad Boys.
Yeah. And then TV shows: Future Man, Supermansion, Community, Deadly Class, SWAT, Lost Girl. Some good movies. Never watched any of the TV shows,
No.
but that's a good library. And if they keep adding more and more,
Well, I
why
imagine it will
not?
change every month.
Oh yeah, I'd imagine. But this might be. I don't know. With the Sony seems to be doing a lot of weird things with movies at the moment. Because if they're doing their Netflix deal, what are they going to add? Are they just going to add their entire back library to this,
There may be like a clause in the contract that
or are you going to get like a free movie every month?
I wouldn't say it's a free movie month, but you can have a free access to movie maybe each month. Like each month you can view that movie, or there'll be a set of these movies that will update every
Running in
month.
Poland will offer 21 movies and TV shows at no extra cost to PlayStation Plus subscribers. Speaking to Spiderweb's Sony Nick Maguire explains that the pass comes in the form of a PS4 and PS5 app, which initially shows PS Plus subscribers to watch 21 movies and TV. Just listing the fucking name. Will be added to the list every 3 months. So new titles will be added every 3 months.
But won't any be taken away?
I guess it's the same thing with PlayStation Plus, where you just get the movies, and then if you don't have PlayStation Plus, they get taken away, or you can't access them again until you resubscribe.
Yeah, maybe. We'll wait and see.
I mean, that's a good-ish plan. It certainly bolsters because Microsoft doesn't have movies.
No, that use what they have to their advantage.
Yeah, it's certainly, and I mean, Sony's got a good selection of movie titles that they can cut into, and maybe if they wanted to, they might try and, I don't know. We'll just have to see. It's just interesting. This is the way Sony's trying to go, because they're definitely trying to bolster PlayStation Plus to compete with Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah, but what do you do? Because they can't do Microsoft's game streaming.
No, but they can do their game and movie library.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a smart business decision.
And they can go and create more studios.
True. And talking about creating more studios, PlayStation 2 executively published multiplayer game from Firewalk Studios.
Yeah, the team includes former Destiny, Halo, and Apex Legends, and other devs. So, former Destiny players, dev Dan, maybe we might get a Destiny 2 clone.
I doubt it.
No, but it is a AAA multiplayer game in development. So I imagine it's saying it's targeted for both PS5 and PS4. But yeah, so it's being billed as a AAA studio. So that's good. More game developers Sony is making.
Yep, more weird things by Sony. Instead of buying game studios, they're making their own.
Yeah, because they have nowhere near as much money, but they can just make a studio, throw some money at it so they can make a game and then publish it. And then hopefully, because of the name recognition of Sony, they can get people to play.
I mean,
Except when they shut down developers from making games, like Days Gone 2.
there's no news of what this game would be or what it's going to be like.
It's a
just
multiplayer game. And I imagine with like Apex, Destiny, Call of Duty, it's going to be a heavily microtransaction to AAA. Like competitor.
likely.
I imagine so, because why would you not?
Well, Destiny, Halo, and Apex Legends are all technically looters.
Yeah, and COD. COD's got looting elements.
Well,
You
Warzone
earn
is
them.
technically looter.
Yeah, you've got elements of a looter in COD.
Yeah.
And I mean,
Although I don't technically class as a looter because it's a bit different to me, but
yeah,
whatever.
I know, I'm just saying it's got elements.
I know.
It's
Just
not a,
the-
it's not
the
a
actual
looter at heart.
classification is you go collect your weapons and then shoot, but it plays a
Yeah.
lot differently in my head.
Yeah, that had an event recently. We'll get to that.
Yeah, so we'll get to that soon.
But the last bit from PlayStation is PlayStation Now upgrades to 1080p streaming.
About
I didn't
time.
even realize it didn't have 1080p.
Yeah, it's about time. I mean, that's quite old to still be using 720. Oh, well, when was
Again,
720
I
introduced?
imagine this is to compete with Xbox Game Pass.
Can
'cause
Game
that
Pass
can
do 4K yet?
I'd imagine maybe. I'll look it up.
Well, you keep looking it up. I'll give a little bit of a more talk to it. So it's now doing 720p for over 800 games. The service also allows over 300 PS4 games to be downloaded to your console with resolutions up to 4K. So there is still... Well, you can download the games for 4K, but you can't stream them for 4K. You can only stream them for 720. Also, stream them for... yeah,
Doesn't say. I imagine it's probably 1080p. I don't think their servers would.
4K
Oh,
is...
Google
Sure.
Stadia does. Google Stadia offers 4K streaming. Xbox. Yep, 4K.
It is 4K, yeah.
I think so. I think Stadia is. I think Xbox has 4K options. I'd imagine so. Xbox seems to be able to do 4K if they're gonna try and.
I
do
mean, if
it.
you have the bandwidth for it, why not? It's just the storage and the processing power behind it.
Okay, so according to this, Sony, Stadia and Luna, Amazon's one, both tout more powerful servers with 1080p and 4K streaming. Microsoft will have to start. Okay, Microsoft will have to start. So it currently only streams at 1080p or 720, I think. So not 4K at the moment, but the other ones can. At least from what I've been able to find in a quick Google search.
Do you know what? I think it's so weird because the golden ratio for consoles was 1080 and it's now gone to 4K. But for PC gaming, it's just 1440. It's just completely separate from everything else. Because I suppose, yeah, kind of weird,
Well,
isn't it?
it's the difference between the TV and the monitor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because TVs are going 4K, 8K, and monitors are going 1440.
Yeah, and the weird thing is you can now buy smart monitors.
And you can't do 1440 on a PlayStation 5.
Yeah, although I would say 1440 is the golden ratio
Yeah.
for like noticing for the price.
I don't doubt it. I'm sure Sony will eventually patch it in so they can do 1440. Because the amount
don't
of
think they
people
will.
crying for the amount of people crying for it will be.
Well, you're
And
only
also-
crying for it if you're using a monitor because you don't get 1440 TVs.
Yeah.
But I suppose you can still use a 1440.
But they'll
on
do it so
4K.
that they can support it, and because Xbox does it, so they'll just end up having to do it because people would just be like, "Well, I want to just buy an Xbox then."
Yeah, I mean, because you could just
If
set your game to be 1440, which would it's still better than 1080, but then
Yeah.
not as high intensity as 4K.
But that. I don't know.
Well, anyway, we mentioned about Warzone. Let's go on to Call of Duty's got a new Warzone map called Verdansk 1984, and I instantly got worries of Wonder Woman when I heard that.
I just haven't played COD.
I
The
haven't.
last
played
time
it
I tried to
since.
go on COD was like 2 weeks ago. I loaded it up and it went, hey, look, here's copying. I copy it, open the game, closes again, goes into
this doesn't
copy.
work.
And then I haven't tried to test whether or not the update actually works this time.
Um,
And I'm just like, I don't like COD anymore.
Well, they had a cool event to show this off. They had kind of a mini map where you had to everyone parachuted in. The winner would actually end up blowing up Verdansk by launching a missile.
Oh, I saw the nuking.
Yeah,
I
but
saw
there's a
that.
little event before that, so like a mini game kind of thing to nuke Verdansk.
Didn't everyone crash the servers and it didn't work?
I saw some people manage to do it. I saw the game footage of it. I thought it
I
was
saw a
pretty
lot
cool.
of people. I saw a lot of people on Twitter crying that they couldn't get on because the servers were crashing.
Oh yeah,
And-
it's the biggest thing in ages. I kind
Well,
of
it's like a
understand.
Fortnite event. I don't like these Fortnite style events where everyone has to be on at the same time, and it just causes the servers to fucking die.
I think it is cool, but yeah, there's a problem behind it.
Also, it wasn't that entertaining because it was just like, hey, look, you get
No.
to watch a nuke destroy the map, and then it somehow goes into the 1980s.
Also, I think it's a bit of a cop out for trying to create an older version of the same map.
Yeah.
From what I've seen, it's very broken. There's a lot of sniper spots now. Makes it even
Yeah,
worse.
I've seen a lot of people complaining about guns being overpowered and stuff not working.
Yeah, classic Warzone for you. People don't like the color gradient because it's more like Cold War than Modern Warfare.
Oh, well.
It
I'm
is
sure-
what it is.
But they have stated they won't ever go back to the old map. So
No, also, I believe it's
we'll see how
Raven
long that's
who's looking after
we'll
this
see
now.
how long that statement lasts.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's Raven now who's looking after this. So it used to be Infinity War.
Infinity Ward. Yeah,
And I don't think Treyarch wanted to take it over, so I think it's just gone to Raven.
fair enough. Speaking of things that have been left and whatnot, Lord of the Rings MMO cancelled by Amazon.
No, such a shame. I didn't know it was coming out until just now. Or wasn't.
I think I'd heard about it, but I never actually. Which is weird because they're spending so much. Maybe they're taking all the budget from that and put it into the Lord of the Rings TV series.
Probably. I mean, how much money is it going to make them having a TV series? And if that TV series is actually good, make even more money.
Yeah, but a game that is an MMO like Blizzard's what's it?
World of Warcraft?
That's the one. I don't know why that took me so long to fucking remember. There's a South Park episode where they take the piss of that and they shit in buckets.
I mean, that is the most well-known MMO.
Yeah. But yeah, that sucks. I would have probably played that. I didn't even know it was coming out.
Yeah, I probably would have played it
But
as
they've
well.
got an MMO. They've got like a New Worlds game or something from Amazon that's like looks pretty interesting. It's called New World or something, and it's an MMO style thing. I think it's in early beta or something like that.
Maybe. I mean, you never know. This might come back one day if the TV show shows a lot of success and makes them a lot of money. They may bring it
Yeah.
back. I'm sure they still have assets for this. They're not just going to throw away.
And then in some other news, Jeff Kaplan, Overwatch director and like a head of Blizzard, is leaving Blizzard Entertainment after
Yeah.
20 years working for the company. And that has led people to speculate why and
Yeah,
what's
so he
going
was
wrong.
He was developing on Overwatch 2.
Overwatch 2. And I know you liked Overwatch. I never liked it. I hated that game.
I liked it. It's very sweaty.
It annoyed me. Yeah.
It's a very sweaty game, but I like the concept of it.
I liked the only thing I liked about Overwatch was the character trail, like story videos that they released.
I like that.
They were.
I also like the music, to be honest. I think the music in Overwatch I really liked.
Although I don't know if they've actually added any more since I last watched the last one. I can't remember what the last one was.
I always wish there was a single player mode to go with Overwatch.
I think, yeah.
It
I
just
would've
feels like there
preferred
should have been.
Yeah, but they wanted sweaty people to come and play it. So why would you give them a story when they could just release animated shorts
The fact
to
is,
give you character?
I don't think it's going to bring back Overwatch because it's kind of died now, really.
There's still an Overwatch league and people
There's
playing.
still
it
a fan
competitive.
base, but it's not as big as it used to be.
Well, no.
Like, nowhere near.
Fortnite isn't as big as it was.
No, Fortnite's going downhill. Warzone then took it over. That's now gone downhill.
We just need this new Destiny co-developed with Apex Legends people to come out and be the next big thing.
I mean, the biggest tournament for games is still Dota.
Yeah, I'd imagine. But hey, look, the dude's retiring probably after 20 years, and maybe he's going on to that new studio. 'Cause if he did, I doubt it, but Sony could snap him up. Why not? Get a
Yeah.
big name like that on your new studio. Why not? Go for it. He works on AAA multiplayer games. Why not? Bring him over. Pay him millions and millions of dollars just sit there and go, yeah, that will work. Go for it. Why not?
I never know.
Shall we move on, Dan?
Let's go on
Shall we move on?
to tech time and science shenanigans.
Do 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 do.
Is that royalty-free music?
I don't know.
If it is, I'm taking it. Later on, when I get to actually do the jingles. Anyway, let's start off with NASA's Ingenuity helicopter has made its first and second flight.
On Mars.
Yes! So cool!
Yeah, and there's video, and you can watch it. And it's a little helicopter flying up about 10 feet and then landing again.
It is really cool.
Yeah, I'm more impressed with that than the actual landing that you were all hyped up about.
That's still cool as well, but yeah, I suppose this is more cool.
This
It's
is
so
actual
just think
in
right now.
color, in color.
Everything's in
footage
color
well.
as well. Yeah, it's really good.
Although I think the footage that NASA released is in like 5 frames per second, so people used artificial intelligence to stitch the frames together, so it's like running at an actual frame rate that's watchable.
I mean, that's fine. That's fair enough. It is difficult to film.
Well, I imagine the data caps that you'd have to be sending are massive.
Oh yeah, it takes 7 minutes.
Yeah, just to get, and then they don't know what's happening for 7 minutes.
Yeah, which sounds like crazy. It's like 7 minutes. That's nothing. But it's like
But this helicopter isn't really used. It's just there to test whether or not it's possible to fly. It's not meant to last very long.
no,
it's
it's
literally
not. Well, it
it's still
flies back. It's from the Mars rover. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah.
Mars rover charges it up.
I think it's only really meant to last for a couple. Like they're not expecting it to last that long because of like the conditions on Mars.
Oh yeah, like, it's gonna die.
Yeah, but all they're doing is to test whether or not it's possible to fly and what the like get actual footage and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know when they're planning on sending people to Mars.
Well, they'll need to create oxygen, and guess what, Dan?
What's that?
They have actually been able to create oxygen on Mars.
That is really good. So how are they creating oxygen then?
There's a machine on there, and it takes the MOXIE device on the Perseverance produced roughly 5 grams of oxygen. That's a tiny step for NASA and its rovers, but potentially a huge leap for humanity and aspiration. This small amount of oxygen extracted from the carbon dioxide-rich Martian atmosphere is only enough to sustain an astronaut for about 5 minutes, but it's the principle of the experiment that matters. The technology demonstrates that it is possible to produce oxygen on Mars, a necessary requirement for sustainability. Basically, it takes the CO2 and then just converts it into carbon and oxygen,
Yeah, I mean,
or like the basic elements, basically, of what it is. It just strips it down into its core element, and then it just makes it from carbon dioxide just to carbon and oxide.
yeah. Well, the unfortunate thing is we'll never be able to make Mars a habitable planet.
No, but you'll be at least able to breathe.
Yeah,
in, like, they'll actually be able to convert domage or
yeah, they'd have to
underground,
create biodomes.
yeah, or underground because of the cancer.
Or but underground because of the cancer.
Because that's the biggest problem with actually setting up anything, because you'll either have to live in domes that have heavy like glass coverage to stop or like material to stop the radiation, or you live underground. And then hopefully-
Yeah.
But it's still crazy that they managed to make oxygen.
That is cool. I mean, what a shame we can't do this from real life and just create loads of those things. Although they do exist, carbon capture devices do exist.
Well, this is a tiny little device, and it's just trying to make to see if the theory works. And like NASA people were like, this never happens. Like every time we try and do the calculations on here, it's like never works, or it never works up there. And this is the first time they've ever had something just work. So they've done something right, which is always good.
Oh yeah. And then to carry on the NASA news, NASA selects a SpaceX Starship to land the next Americans on the moon.
Yeah. Just quickly, the Martian atmosphere consists of 96% carbon dioxide. So
Yeah, it's bad.
it's going to be a lot of effort to try and... Well, the Earth's slowly getting there.
Yeah, well,
Maybe
the
we'll
unfortunate thing is
slowly-
you can't just plant a tree either because there's no water.
No. There is water, isn't there?
No, there's
Didn't
no
they find water? They found frozen ice under there, didn't they?
I think they find some frozen ice, but there's no water though.
Yeah.
Do
So
they want to polar ice
NASA,
caps? They seem to be melting anyway. We'll just
Maybe.
fly them over there. It'll be fine.
We'll just take all the excess water that's melting and fly it over there.
There we go. Sorted.
So what's this about spaceships?
Wow, NASA are going to be using Elon Musk's design for the next spaceship.
Yeah, so they can probably land it back on Earth and they don't have to waste capsules.
Yes. And look at
Or
that. The
rocket
moon
boost.
landing was very unlikely to be faked.
How so?
It's almost like the moon landing's actually possible. And it was possible.
But people don't think it's possible with the technology of the time.
Even though it would be harder to fake.
Mm.
People are
And-
idiots.
CGI and that was never at that level, but so you couldn't fake it to the extent that people think you could.
Yeah.
And yes, the shadows look weird, but that's because of different angles, and you couldn't fake that using the current technology of that time.
The fact is, right, when you try to point out the flaws of it, if they had the technology, there wouldn't be any flaws.
yeah,
That's the stupidest argument.
if you had the technology to fake the moon landing, you wouldn't need to fake the moon landing.
Exactly.
That's why it's weird. But let's go on to some dystopian tech stuff. Starting with Lego Mario firmware update makes him start calling out for Luigi.
Wait, what?
So in the latest update for the little Lego figures that are made of have Mario and stuff, there's a little Lego Mario that you can buy, and it speaks to you. In the latest update, it now starts calling out for his brother, which has led people to speculate that there is now a Luigi Lego figure coming out.
Oh,
But it's also creepy that it started calling out for his brother.
that is kind of
'Cause-
weird. It's like, please help me. They've adopted. Yeah.
Because this is going to be for children, and it's just going to be targeting children to buy more stuff. So it kind of
It will be
brings a
training children to become kidnappers.
How?
He was calling out for Luigi. The kids stole him from his brother.
Oh, you reckon some random kid named Luigi is just going to get called up and put in a room with a Lego Mario?
I don't
For
know.
no.
Wait and see. Wow. To take a complete and utter divergence, there's rumours that the Bank of England are going to be trying out a digital cryptocurrency. Sorry.
Yay!
Wanna-
Watch it. Watch our economy get even worse.
Want a cryptocurrency pound? Anybody?
Watch as the English currency gets taken back by memers and foreign agencies trying to tank our economy.
Yeah, it seems like a stupid
Watch
idea.
Reddit go crazy at the British currency as it manipulates it.
I mean, I don't know why they're doing this.
Because crypto's big, Dan.
I suppose,
Even
maybe-
though everything's tanking at the moment.
well, cryptocurrency changing within 2 years. It's not going to be algorithms anymore. It'll be a software-based thing.
Ugh, I don't care.
It's basically going to be having massive servers. It's going to be your need for cryptocurrency, not buying GPUs.
Well, with servers come problems, and also in the crypto world, Dan, what other problems were there?
There's also a flash that wiped out $300 billion, but then it kind of went back up immediately.
In less than 24 hours as well.
Yeah.
But
As soon as I saw this, I was like, yes, it's finally gone down. And then it went back up again. And I was like, damn it, I am never getting my GPU.
yeah.
I want my GPU. Stop mining cryptocurrency.
Oh, also they were trying to get Dogecoin to 69 cents before April 20th, so that it could be the 420.69.
Oh.
Yeah, and I don't think they managed to do it.
Do you know, I was quite mad how Dogecoin
But
is
they
worth anything.
Well, you look at it from the last week, and it's skyrocketed because of that.
Oh, yeah.
So anyone who had invested made fucking bank if they'd invested a lot.
I was tempted. Do you know what? In January, I was like, oh, I could invest like 200 quid in it.
If anyone had invested January, you would have been fucking rich for any of these cryptos. I've been looking at the graphs, and as after January and February, it's just gone up.
I was going to
Because
do it.
everyone got bored.
I was going to do it, and my mate talked me out of it. I was like, oh, maybe not. And I was like, I shouldn't listen to them. I should have just done it.
Yeah, I should have invested in fucking GME stock, GameStop.
Oh, yeah, everyone should have done that.
Everyone did, Dan. That's why. But I was ahead of it. I knew about it before everyone else.
Could have put $2,000 in there.
Could have, and then I might have easier time buying stuff.
Oh, yeah.
But in more dystopian news, feds tracked down Capitol rioter with facial recognition hit on his girlfriend's Instagram.
Oh, of course.
So essentially, the FBI used an algorithm to send out an image search, and it pinged this man's girlfriend's Instagram account. He wasn't tagged in it. It was just using a picture of his face, and it found a similar looking person, and then they used that to determine it was the same person, and then
It's so
ta-da. But it's creepy that they can do that
Yeah.
on a picture that he's not tagged in, but it's just based on a picture of his face. I mean, this dude deserves to go to prison because he was at the Capitol riots, and I think he's one of the people who beat up a police woman. But yeah, I mean, goddamn, it's creepy. Also, there was another U.S. Capitol rioter who got found out because he matched with someone on like a dating app, and they immediately turned him in because he was bragging about it on the dating app.
So stupid. Are people idiots?
So that person just went, well, send you to the FBI, and then they managed to track him down.
They're just stupid. And carry on with Facebook, because Facebook and Instagram. Facebook has now got another mega leak.
Yep, this time using emails. So a person apparently informed Facebook that there was an email leak. So if you sent out a bunch of emails, you could get into Facebook privacy settings and learn about people's without even having their people with privacy settings set to only them. You could still see all that private information.
Well, luckily, I don't put anything on Facebook.
Nope, no, I just only use Messenger.
Yep. All you can see on my Facebook is a picture of a black hole.
And all you can see on mine is a picture of some sort of spiky circle.
For ages, I was wondering what that was.
It's a spiky circle.
Yes, it is.
Let's move on to the big brand news. Apple has revealed a bunch of new Apple products.
Yes. And probably
So,
the headline of all of them is the ultra-thin iMac.
Yeah, and they're colourful.
Yeah. This design is stupid.
Well, I mean, it's mimicking their designs of the old fat, chunky Apple Macs
Yes.
that had
But
colour.
stop it. You've gone
No,
bezel-less
it's nostalgia. Apple
gone
is based on
bezel-less
nostalgia.
on so many other things. Why has it still got a chunky bezel? And I know why it's still got a chunky bezel. It's because it's
It's an
really
all-in-one
thin.
Also, it's an all-in-one, so that's got to have somewhere to put all their software or hardware.
Well, it uses the mobile chip.
Oh, yeah, the M1, isn't it?
Well, not the mobile, yeah. It uses the Mac chip. It's like tiny. It's a SoC, I think.
Yeah,
It's
but
not got any active
don't-
cooling. I think I'm pretty sure it's all passive.
also, people have there's like only one port, and I think it's for the power. So
No, it's still USB
'cause
ports.
yeah, but there's only so they have to have the Ethernet cable on the charger.
Yeah,
'Cause
so
they
it's
don't
got,
want-
it's got an
they
external
don't want
power
any-
brick.
Yeah, because they don't want any like stuff that makes it look tacky.
Yeah.
Because if you have your Ethernet plugged into it, they don't have enough like design element to make it not look weird with an extra cable. So they only want like one cable plugged into it at a and then you can plug in USBs.
Yeah,
Or
it's so
USB-Cs and
stupid.
Lightning.
It's just so stupid. Also, the power cable, I believe it's their own one they designed for MagSafe.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, why didn't you just use USB-C?
Because it's Apple, Dan, and they want to make more money.
So stupid.
These things will cost $1 billion. And speaking of $1 billion, they also had a competitor to the Tile things, those like tracker things.
Yeah, yes.
Like Apple tags or something, or Air tags, I
AirTags,
think they're
yeah.
called. And apparently they scratch really easily. So
Well, they only made of metal.
yeah, exactly. But like you think Apple, you think every cracked iPhone in existence. But this is meant to be like a premium luxury thing that is. But it does have some cool features, I think, because I think Tiles or whatnot uses Bluetooth, and then you just have to be in range of another tile, whereas this uses iPhones. So
Yeah, I mean,
if you're in proximity of an iPhone, it will find it,
yeah.
rather than if you're in proximity of a tile thing,
I mean, it
which
makes
also
sense, kind of.
concerns. I think it also invades people's like location data and everything.
Yeah, but
So-
that's gone anyway.
Yeah. If you use Google, your fucking internet data.
Yeah, you got anyway. It doesn't matter at this point. But I'm just thinking, how many people have tile tags and how many people have iPhones? And I'd say
Yeah, it's going to make it much
significantly more.
easier for. But I think there's also a thing that people have been stating is if you like try and use it as a tracker for people, I think it starts beeping after like 10 minutes or so. So people won't just have people drop tags in their bags and then they can follow them home like creepy old men.
That would be
who
so
trying to hit up.
creepy.
Yeah, but I think it starts beeping after 10 minutes. So as long as you don't live 10 minutes away from a restaurant, you'll be fine.
And long not deaf as well.
Oh, what?
Long not deaf.
True. Oh, no.
Because if you're deaf,
Oh,
you're gone.
True. Yeah, and in other news, YouTube is making it easier for content creators to change their channel names and profile pictures. So currently, if you want to change your channel name, you have to go to your Google account and change your Google account name.
Well, yeah, you also
Now-
change your actual name, not your account name.
Yeah, so they've made it so that this will be a separate process.
Which makes
Finally.
sense. It's so stupid to have it the other way around.
Oh yeah, the amount of times I've had to change my channel names, and I've had to go onto Google, change my account name, and then every time I get an email from it, it's like, "Hello, Mister blah 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 blah," and I'm like, "What the fuck? Why is it this?" And it's just like, what? That's not my name. But yeah, so they've now made it a separate process, so you don't have to go onto your Google account and change your Google account. You can just change your YouTube account, or they are. I don't know when it's out yet.
Well, finally, they need to do this.
Yeah, and from one good thing to another good thing. Discord ends its acquisition talks with Microsoft.
Yes, and it's not just ending with Microsoft. They're going to decide to stay as an independent company.
They're also debating whether or not they go on the stock market, which is an interesting thing.
Yeah,
as
because
soon as
Apple
they
might buy,
they-
well, Microsoft might buy all the stock.
Yeah. Also, then you're still at the whim of investors rather than the public.
They don't.
'Cause
Just keep it. Just keep it independent.
Yeah, just keep it private. Just keep it private.
I mean, you made a lot of
Like,
money
yeah,
last
yeah.
year.
Yeah. And then let's move on to the weird, wacky, wonderful world.
Cue that intro. That doesn't exist.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Cool. Right, number 1. Tribe devices. That's not right.
Devises ritual to mourn spirit chief Prince Philip.
Thank you. So, for those who don't know, Prince Philip sadly passed away.
Yep.
And
And this tribe apparently viewed him as a god. So they're very upset with the fact that he's dead.
yeah, I don't know what to say.
It's very interesting. Like, apparently he visited the area a very long time ago, and they viewed him as a god, and or at least a high figure, and so they started worshipping him. And then when they found out he was dead, they didn't take the news that great.
Wow.
and they don't believe he's dead apparently. So, well, he will return like Jesus Christ.
Well, some people believe that vaccines give you autism, so you can believe anything. Right, number 2. A man has been fined £425 for farting at police in Austria, and will pay £85.
Yep. So this band farted in a cop's face.
How I
don't know.
Why do police get this much hate? Police are just doing their jobs. Yes, there are some bad ones and corrupt ones, but most of them are fine.
Yes, Dad. Fucking sick. But yeah, he. This happened in June 5th, 2021. 2020, not June 2021. That hasn't happened yet. It might happen again. Who knows? I can't see the future.
Maybe you can.
But yeah, he managed to get the fine down from £420 to 85 after challenging it.
Well, I think that's bad. They should have paid the whole price.
Well, he also claimed that the breaking wind should be seen as a right under freedom of expression, even if he had done so deliberately.
I suppose, but come on.
Mm.
Well, number 3. Steve Urkel actor Jaleel White launches Purple Urkel cannabis brand with 710 labs.
Yep. So anyone who remembers Steve Urkel from whatever show he was on, I can't remember.
I was thinking the exact same thing.
Family Matters. Apparently, the little "Did I do that?" kid there was a brand called Purple Urkel Cannabis out already, and so he's just partnered with them, and it's got his face on it.
So
It's got
is
the
this
char-
where, because I believe in some parts of America now, isn't cannabis legal?
Yeah. So
Yeah, so that's probably where it is. then, isn't
also, I don't think this dude owns the right to the name Urkel, so I'm looking forward to the legal battle between whatever studio owns that property coming down and clamping down and going, look, we don't want our brand associated with this product. Because he doesn't technically own that.
No, but then if your brand is Purple Urkel, it's kind of a bit of a grey area.
But
in
that
terms
I
of-
don't think it had his face on it before, but now it does have his face on it. So it's using the branding of the character to promote the product. Also, Snoop Dogg's tried it, so he liked it.
Thanks, we appreciate it.
Well, there's a video. That's how they introduced it. It's what's his face, Jaleel White, acting as Steve Urkel in his 40s, not as a child anymore, talking to Snoop Dogg, trying to sell the product to Snoop Dogg or something like that.
Well, talking about famous musicians, Usher goes viral after reportedly giving a stripper fake dollar bills with his face on them.
Yep, and so there was a Instagram account posted that Usher hired out a venue and started throwing cash out, and then once the strippers picked it all up, they found out that it had his face on it, and some of these allegations might be fake, or at least Usher's PR team is trying to make the rumors sound fake.
It probably wasn't, was it?
No, but I find that so funny, because, like, why would you make that?
Hasn't he got loads of money?
Also, yeah, he owns Justin Bieber, or at least his label does.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Usher found Justin Bieber.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he also found Conor Maynard, the British Justin Bieber, the one I actually like. I think I can't remember. It was a long time ago. But yeah, so it's currently either he did or he didn't, but it's fucking funny if he did.
He definitely did. He definitely did it.
I mean, why would you not? If I had
It's quite funny though.
Imagine the Queen though going into a strip club and just for there's always the there's always the funny thing for Prince Harry and Prince Philip. If they ever went to a strip club, they'd have to give their grand's face to strippers.
Harry's done that.
Oh, I am 100%.
Maybe not William, but definitely Harry.
Well, Harry's been in Vegas a lot.
Oh
so.
yeah. I doubt.
Although
William
he'd be
will.
using American money, so
No. He definitely brings in the pound notes. He definitely does that.
that's my gran.
He's just saying like, "She's my grand."
All right, let's get on to the last one.
And to make full
Dan
circle,
wants to talk more about football.
to make full circle, there's 5 things that lasted longer than the European Super League. So as I mentioned, the European Super League ended in about 48 hours. And things that lasted longer: number 1, the Suez Canal boat drama. Number 2,
Yep.
Gemma Collins in I'm a Celebrity.
I don't know who that is.
No, I've not seen Gemma Collins. She's a really annoying woman from Essex and a big idiot.
Oh, is she the one where there's the meme of her standing in the doorway and it's like no skinny people in, and then it's like, yeah, because you're blocking the doorway?
Yeah, probably.
I think that's a thing I've seen.
People's
Is
milk
that
in their fridge probably lasts longer. You're probably using the same carton of milk throughout the whole period of it.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Gemma Collins. I know who Gemma Collins is.
Digestion of a burger probably also lasts longer because apparently that can take over 2 days to digest a burger.
Huh.
And Britney Spears' first marriage also lasts longer because that was an annulment that lasted 55 hours. So just
There
take
we
this
go.
out of the Super League, really.
Well, it's still going on, Dan.
It's still going on. People are still taking the piss out of it. Anyway, that is
Hey,
it.
Dan, taking the piss has lasted longer than the actual league.
Taking the piss. That's true. That is very true. Well, that is all we got time for today. So check out our descriptions but down below for our socials.
Check out Falcon and the Winter Soldier review up now on both the YouTube channel and on this feed.
Yes, and we will see you on Friday for another episode of TBO, which we're yet to decide what's actually going to happen.
Yes, but it will be a mystery. Bye!